Dreamkingfilmz, we're with Coach Wiley of the Range Vikings. Hey, Coach, another spring, 2017. Talk to me about your group and what excites you about them, Coach.
Well, again, we got somewhat of a veteran group coming back, so we're a little happy and excited about it. Guys, the first 5 days of practice, 6, guys have looked very sharp. It's seems like a team that's trying to mature and grow up. And that's the thing you want to work on in the offseason, becoming together as a team as one and building a foundation so that when the summertime you can just, refine it, going into the fall as the third session of the fall camp and then getting better ready to try to win the game.
Yes, sir, Coach. I seen you getting that defense on point. Talk to me about that unit, specifically Marjay Sanders, Coach.
Well, Marjay is the leader, of course, and he's the veteran of the group. It starts with him. If you're going to be the best player, be the most hard-working player. You want to be the most dedicated player so that they can follow you as the leader. So, that's a group, that unit that we try to make as our foundation because it starts with defense. And, we know defense wins championship.
Yes, sir, Coach. Talk to me about those linebackers, Javon Boncell, Eric Horn. I seen those guys putting in a lot of work today. Talk to me about those two guys.
Well, those are guys, they got baptized by fire last year with they were sophomores last year, but they were starters. So, it was a lot on them last year. So now a year of just experience, those guys are coming. They're destined for a great year in 2017.
Yes, sir, Coach. I seen George Rubb taking a lot of reps on defense. Talk about what he brings to the table on that side of the ball, as well as Raynell Killian, Coach.
Well, you're talking about George Webb, man. He's a natural, believe it or not. Now, George Webb may be the best receiver arguably on the team, but I tell you what, his cornerback skills are, I'm going to say, wow. As a guy who's never done it, his cornerback skills are greatly advanced.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, Coach. Talk to me about the offensive line and who's going to be charged with protecting HJ and that stable of running backs that you got.
Well, that's the key to the offensive line. That group there is working hard. Howard Ford, you got Deran Shanks and those guys. We look to those guys as Howard Ford being a young guy, but a veteran guy, and then Deran Shanks being the leader, a senior. We look for those guys to make it happen for us because it all starts with with that group there. If they're on point, we should be good. We should be good.
Yes, sir. Coach, talk to me about Brandon Marshall, Raynell Killian in your backfield and what those two guys bring to the table.
Well, two guys, I think, as a tandem, those guys are what you want at running back. Those guys can make it happen. Each one of them has something unique about themselves. Brandon is a little more power. Raynell gives you a little more speed and makes somebody miss, if you will. So those guys, they complement each other very well. So I look forward to those guys doing some big things this year.
Yes, sir. Coach, what about Amos Porter? Do you think he could challenge into one of those guys for some carries?
Well, he will, because he's a big boy. To be in 9th grade, upcoming rising sophomore, he's a big boy. So I think that, as he watches them and he gets his feet, wetter, as they say, and a little bit better, he with his knowledge of the game, he'll get some carries, no doubt about it.
Yes, sir. Coach, talk to me about that wide receiver bunch.
Well, starting with George Webb, he's complimented by my man, number 9, the big boy, the receiver. He's a guy that gives you some big things in the passing game. What about my man Drake? This guy here, man, he can be as good as he want to be. He's just going to be a junior. He can be as good as he want to be. But he's a guy that has to be consistent over time. Then you got Jamon Handy, those guys, man. So we got a nice group, man. Kamari Noble, just name a few. We got some guys that can make plays. Yes, sir, Coach.
Nigel Tribune, he goes on to the New York Giants. Just talk about how proud you was of that guy, Coach.
Well, again, a guy that we only had for 1 year. But I never forget. He came over here. He did so well in the spring. I told Iowa State, I think we got a diamond in the rough now, and they jumped on him. He had offered from Indiana as well. Chose to go to Iowa State, and did some good things at Iowa State. Hey, went through some tough times, but he overcame them. And now this the end result of what the hard work has done. Sign the free and deal with the New York Giants is big, man, for us, man. I'm so proud of him, man.
Yes, sir, Coach. Last question. Leonard Fournette, was you happy with the pick? How did you like it?
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I was ecstatic. I thought we need a big name, somebody to run the ball, kind of mind your Fred Taylor, if you will. I think he's a guy that can make it happen. So, man, I'm excited for the Jaguars.
Did you want Fournette to cook, or it didn't matter to you?
Well, we Florida boys. I want to cook.
Yes, sir.
But hey, I'll settle for Fournette.
Appreciate that, Coach. Thanks for talking with me. Good luck to y'all future.
All right,
appreciate you.